Several organizations are expressing their dissatisfaction in Parliament ahead of Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana's midterm budget statement. Build One South Africa leader Mmusi Maimane is leading a no tax increases picket. The organization is calling on the minister to address the cost of living crisis. Kevin Brandt has been keeping an eye on this picket and he joins us now live. Kevin, of course, Musa outlining the reasons behind their picket. What are they saying they want to hear from the Finance Minister this afternoon?
A very good afternoon to you, Masejo. Well, just after noon, Bossa leader Mmusi Maimane addressed the crowd of supporters where they are still here towards my right. This is about a stone's throw from the City Hall, where this afternoon the Finance Minister will deliver that medium-term budget policy statement. And he addressed the supporters here with regard to government spending, as well as some of the key issues that they feel government should be focusing on. The key theme throughout this year has been that the lady here behind me is part of a pro-Palestine march, and they've been ordered to, just here in front of me, stopped by the South African Police Service from advancing closer to the City Hall, and many of the protesters are now still dwelling in this area. But back to the Busa protest, picket here is where Maimane outlined some of the key issues that government should be focusing on, highlighting job creation, also reining in government spending, reducing the size of cabinet. That has been a theme that we've heard repeatedly throughout the years as part of efforts for government to then cut its spending. However, earlier today, also a briefing that I attended by the ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula, he highlighted that more should be done in terms of education, and rather that there should be no cuts when it comes to education and in particular healthcare. So there are a lot of activity ahead of the announcement from the Finance Minister this afternoon. Just listen to what Maimane told some of his supporters earlier, Masejo.
We have one of the largest states government that we've got in when you benchmark it internationally. We're spending more on debt servicing costs. We are looking after politicians and ignoring the people. And when you speak to the people, they are battling with high fuel prices. They are battling with the cost of food going up. Our people are struggling even to get to work. So our call today is that when we go inside to fight for the budget, we are calling to say there cannot be an increase in VAT. We reject that idea. We are also saying to them, rather than increasing taxes on the people, let's rather spend so that there can be economic growth. Let's fix the lights. Let's make sure we protect the people and invest in assets that will create jobs for the people. And lastly, I want to argue strongly today that let's cut this cabinet. This cabinet not only benefits from cost of goods for ministers being less, they don't pay for rent, they have generators. We are simply here to say to them, cut that cabinet, reduce their VIP and look after the people.
And Kevin, what's their plan? Is it to stay there until the budget actually happens and afterwards?
That is correct, yes. That is also what Mr. Maimane told the supporters here earlier on today. And a number of them are still on this plane here. When you just look towards my right, you can see that they are still there. He also spoke about increased spending on education and health is necessary to achieve the outcomes for government. Maimane also spoke about how government should outline what their plans are over the course of the next 3 years, and that is what essentially the MTBPS is for. It's an idea from government as to how they will be spending the country's money. And we all know the very tough economic climate that South Africa finds itself in. So leaders such as Mmusi Maimane, as well as his supporters out here, and many other protesters here outside the City Hall would want to hear a clearer message coming from government in terms of exactly how they're going to cut spending while not affecting some of the key sectors such as education as well as healthcare, and then also how government will come to the aid of a lot of South Africans cash-strapped, not a lot of options when it comes to ordinary South Africans in the street, already having to deal and having to fend off for a couple of months now. Very sky-high prices when it comes also to the issue of fuel, and just a message from government in terms of what South Africans can look forward to when it comes to those very key issues that at least Treasury will be focusing on, Masejo.
All right, Kevin Brandt. Let's leave it there for now.